Good morning. I hope that everybody is ready for a wonderful Wednesday. I'm ready for a wonderful Wednesday. Didn't do a video yesterday, so I played one from the past. Do what you love and love what you do. But I said, gotta do one today, absolutely. Today's message is based on a quote about love. Remember that this week we are reflecting on independence, I believe it is. Yes, independence. And so it's a card that is most definitely about relationships. And I think what I pull from that card is don't allow yourself to be lost to relationships. And as I've said before, oftentimes when people hear the word relationship, they think of romantic relationship. And I would bet that most people, when you reflect on that, that's where you're going to go with it. But then also remember that you have family relationships and friendship relationships and work relationships. And I think that the information in the card, it refers to all of those. But today is about having unrealistic expectations in your relationships. And that tend to come from a lack of communication. In this idea that if a person really knows you and they really love you, that they'll love you exactly the way you want to be loved. But what I have found to be true in this life is that that is unrealistic. You've got to allow people to know who you are. And in order to do that, you have to be vulnerable. And you have to be willing to teach people how to love you. Now, let me say this. Pure, unadulterated, let me give you this, let me love you, let me care for you, let me support you, let me be there for you, just as a person offers it, is a beautiful thing. But when you find that it maybe falls short of what you think you need or what it is you want, because remember, I have shared with you often about the 5 love languages. We tend to love and want to receive love based on our own love language. Whether it is quality time, gifts, touch, words of affirmation, acts of service, and any combination of those depending on whatever it is we desire or need at any given time. We tend to demonstrate and communicate love and desire love in our dominant love language. So it's so important for you to know what it is, how it is you want to be loved. And it's so important that you communicate with those in your life how you want to be loved, how you want to be supported, what motivates you and what doesn't, what lights you up and what dims you, what shuts you down. It's important to get to know yourself enough to be able, first of all, to be able to just recognize this is what I want or I need, really get in touch with why you think you want or need something. But then also feel confident enough in yourself and courageous enough, comfortable enough to share with people, this is what I like, this is what I need, this is what lights me up, this is what makes me happy, this is what helps me to get in touch with the best version of myself. And as I thought about this message, I reflected on my doctoral journey. And I had 3 different chair people. The first one, wasn't, didn't really know what to do and wasn't doing what he needed to do. So got rid of him. The second one got me through, I would say, chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3. And then he got called away. Life happened and he had a responsibility that didn't allow him to see me through the dissertation. And then I got my third and final chairperson. And we did it. I was her first doctoral student to earn my degree. I was, and of course, she was my third. But the thing that I remember about our relationship is that I had to teach her how to support me. She read my dissertation and she had some ideas about what I needed, but I had to assert myself and say, no, this is what I'm trying to say here, or this is what I'm looking at. No, that's not quite right. This is really what it is. And so I had to teach her. Now, I could have had an unrealistic expectation. You're my chairperson. You ought to know how to support me. But she was limited by her own experiences and her own expertise. Her expertise was in leadership, not necessarily in educational leadership. Really, that was what my expertise was because I was the one with the experience. And that I had an attitude about what I thought she should have been able to bring, how she should have been able to support me, maybe I wouldn't be Dr. Afriel today. So I was open to sharing, to communicating, this is what I want, this is what I need. And then she had the ability then to decide if she could do that and what she was willing to do to be able to meet me halfway. And so that's what I offer you today about your relationships. Be open and willing to share who you are and what it is you need in the hopes that that person is going to be able or willing to do it. And if they're not able, that they will at least be willing to work at being better at what it is you say you need and want. But also, you need to be open and willing. You can't say, well, this is just who I am, take it or leave it. Give and take in relationships. Push and pull, ebb and flow. That's life. You know, we give and we get. The reciprocal process of engaging with one another. That's what it's all about. So examine if you have unrealistic expectations in your relationships. Examine if you even have unrealistic expectations of yourself. And then be compassionate and graceful and loving with yourself and all of the people who are around you. I want to say happy birthday to Mance. I want to say happy birthday to Diana. Both of them subscribe to the email, and hopefully they open it today on their special day. I love you both very, very much, and I'm so thankful to have you in my life. I hope that you have a wonderful day filled with love and happiness and all the joy you could possibly imagine. You deserve it. For everybody else, anybody else who has a birthday, happy birthday to you. To everybody else who's tuning in, don't forget to be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and give the world the beauty of your smile, because you feel better, you look better, and everybody around you is better when they see that beautiful smile on your face. It is a symbol of happiness and contentment and joy. So share that with the world. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you. Take care.